Welcome back to Next Gen Investing. It's time for FOMO, looking to discuss Amazon. And joining me now is Caroline Woods, Senior Markets Correspondent for the Schwab Network, to help me preview. I think this is going to be the biggest one of the afternoon, Caroline, even bigger than Apple. Amazon is just in the trenches with this tariff stuff. So tell me what you're expecting and what we're hearing from the street.
Hey there, Alex. Yes, with Amazon, it's usually all about AWS for the most part, and cloud growth, I think, will certainly be important here, especially given Microsoft's outlook in terms of pretty impressive forward-looking guidance. And AI monetization, of course, remains a priority, but I really think this report more than ever will be focused on the retail segment of Amazon's business, because this is the first report since the U.S. imposed those 145% tariffs on Chinese goods. So we'll see if those are impacting Amazon's margins and sales, especially since a lot of Amazon's products come directly from China. We did learn earlier this week that Amazon will not be including tariff costs at the checkout page, but it will be interesting to see what they have to say in terms of the impact to their business. We'll also get a sense of how the consumer is faring. Are they being more cautious with their spending, or maybe they're, buying a lot of packages now to prepare for even, steeper price hikes later? We'll have to wait and see. In terms of the estimates, what we're looking for, adjusted EPS of $1.35 on revenue of $154.56 billion. That's nearly 8% year-over-year revenue growth. In terms of the AWS business, that's expected to see 17% revenue growth at $29.27 billion. That actually would be a sequential slowdown from fiscal Q4, which saw 19% growth in the quarter, or year-over-year growth in the quarter. Online sales are expected to tick up about 4% to $56.8 billion. Advertising revenue is expected to come up about 15% to $13.62 billion. And then CapEx will be important as well, especially given what we've heard from Microsoft and Meta, that despite trade and economic uncertainty, they're not slowing down their CapEx plans. Amazon had already said that they're going to spend upwards of $100 billion this year, with the vast majority going into its AI services. So we'll see what they have to say on that front. In terms of forward-looking guidance for the current quarter, Wall Street analysts looking for EPS of $1.22 on revenue of $160.46 billion. That's for the current quarter. That would be about 8.4% revenue growth. I did see an analyst over at Canaccord with a buy rating and a $280 price target, so sees upside from here, point out that a meaningful portion of Amazon's products do come from China, which may impact forward guidance. That said, they said, we think Amazon's vast product selection and structural advantages in price and logistics should enable it to mitigate some of the impact. So I think that's going to be the big question in terms of, any forward-looking guidance, but also any commentary that they have. I will say 93% of analysts rate Amazon as a buy. The other 7% are in the hold camp. The median price target is $245. So it's analysts see this name getting back to its earlier highs. So there's still a lot of bullishness on the street. But yes, direct impact on Amazon, but also on Apple, given its direct ties to China, obviously direct ties to the consumer as well. So, both will be under the spotlight. I'm curious to see what happens here. I think we're both on earnings panel tonight. So we'll see.
Yeah, we are 2 for 2 mega caps so far. Can we make it 4 for 4? That would be huge for market bulls to really put a stamp on what's been an impressive week so far. Caroline Woods, I love the preview. We'll see what happens. We'll talk in about 2.5 hours, and we'll find out what they have to say at that time.